Now, the trade deadline is coming up. October 29th, I mentioned it, a couple of weeks. I don't know that we have a ton of trade candidates. And I know that people have been saying nonstop, trade Evan Engram, trade Evan Engram, trade Evan Engram. And I hear you. But the problem is we picked him up for 2021. There was a team option, maybe, and we picked it up. Him and Peppers. In my mind, what are you really going to get for Engram and Peppers, having seen what they've done this year? Engram hasn't done shit. Peppers has been injured and has not done a whole lot. So why not give him another year? And if they start next year, which you gotta figure we're building on something here, right? That we still have a lot of holes to fill, a lot of gaps, and with another draft, another free agency period, we're gonna get better in 2021. We'll get Barkley back, you get Zoe back, you get all these people back, plus free agency, plus the draft. We're gonna be a better team in 2021. I just know it. We have to. So why not give Peppers and Engram the luxury to afford them the chance to impress you in the first quarter to 5 weeks before the trade deadline next year in 2021, see what they give you, and then you can reap the rewards, right? Because it's not going to be, we have enough tight ends. I honestly think that we'll be fine at the tight end position, and that the safety position, it's like, even though McKinney went back, McKinney will be back. Xavier McKinney will be back. And you're looking at maybe Julian Love takes another step. Maybe it's we re-sign Logan Ryan to be safety. Maybe it's Adrian Colbert comes back again. Maybe we draft. Maybe we free agency. So Peppers, although I love him, there looks like there might be some depth there. So why not give them another year? Fuck it. So Engram and Peppers to me are off the board. I don't think you trade them. Just because I don't know you're going to get a lot for them right now. But who knows next year? So here are the trade candidates that I kind of highlighted that are going to be free agents in 2021. Leonard Williams, which, Matt Lombardo said that he was a trade candidate. I just can't see a team wanting to pick up the rest of his franchise tag this year, I guess, to pull a Giants in the hopes that he'll sign again next year. He'll give the sweetheart hometown deal to the team, whoever team signs him. But again, that's a big monster contract for a guy that can disappear. And I understand Aaron Donald did not exactly wow out against us, and he's like the top interior defensive lineman in the league by a long shot. So it's like, everyone has their off days, I guess. But for Leonard Williams to disappear at the trade deadline, I just don't see it. Fackrell was another one, and Fackrell and Golden were the two linebackers that I thought with expire, they're going to be in free agency next year, that I thought would make sense had Zoe and X been healthy. But now that you have the possibility of, if you trade them, one of them or both of them, you have Cam Brown and Carter Coughlin starting for you outside linebackers, not ideal. Dalvin Tomlinson, I could see him getting moved. He's not as expensive as Williams, and he's just not quite at the same level as Williams, but he's just a step below. So he's not a far cry from Leonard Williams by any means, but he's far cheaper. So I think if any team is going to trade for an interior defensive lineman that they think can help out and give your team a boost, it's you might as well go for Tomlinson over Williams and not have to sacrifice that much cap. And then Wayne Gallman, we talked about possibly Wayne Gallman trade before the season. I think that might still be in the mix, although did the Giants really want to run with Freeman, Lewis, and I guess Penny? But Gallman has shown, a lot more this year than he has in years past. I don't know, are many teams really hungry at the running back position that they'd want a guy that has not really been given a lot of touches, 5 or 6 a game? I don't think that's going to result in a huge haul. There are a couple of free agents 2022 free agents that, like I mentioned, Engram and Peppers are two that could be trade candidates this year. I don't see it happening. I don't see why you would sacrifice that unless a team is gonna get stupid and offer you way more than you should. Kevin Zeitler was the guy that I pinpointed. It was we have Lemieux, so it's do we just throw in the? I guess it all depends on what happens against Washington and then Philly, which is crazy. But if we win against Washington and then win against Philly, is this does that change your mind about a lot of things? Probably. But if you lose against Washington, lose against Philly, it's like trade everybody. If you win against Washington, lose against Philly, I guess you still make a trade here and there. But I think Zeitler might be on the block as well. Yeah, Matt Lombardo said Engram, Peppers, Golden, Williams. And then he also mentioned Logan Ryan, which I thought was interesting. He's a good player. He's been a good player for us. If you're really out of it, which we'll find out more like after this week, but if you're really out of it, if you lose to Washington, yeah, I think, anyone that you can get that you don't see being part of the future of the Giants that can get something out of, yeah, I guess might as well go for it if you lose to Washington. So Logan Ryan was, for whatever reason, was surprising to me, but I guess it makes sense. It's a 1 year. We only signed him to a 1 year deal. There's no guarantee he'll be back with us next year. Although I'd love to have him back. He's been a welcome addition.